It's Tuesday night. You know what it means? It means YouTube live, and our guest tonight is none other than the best scorer of the league at the moment, or where we tape this interview. Antonin Verreault. Antonin, how are you?
Pretty good yourself.
Oh, I'm good, but maybe not just as good as you are, since, as I said, you were a top scorer of the league. How does it feel being back on top since you were on the top last year also?
I feel good, but I think right now it's more a team thing. We're doing a pretty good job with the Huskies right now, and especially the guy that I'm playing with right now, Bill Zonin, and Lars Steiner. That I know the Q start to know a little bit more about him, but it's fun to play with them, and I think right now we're just having fun.
Yeah, talk to us about a little bit about Lars Steiner. I'm sure not a lot of people knew about him before the beginning of the season. What can you tell us about him?
I mean, we sometimes we don't think about it, but he's only like 16 years old right now. So I he just got in the league. I think first weekend he got like 11 point in 4 games or something. So it was pretty good. But I think one thing that I like about him and he's not afraid to go in the corner and stuff, and he works a lot. You want to be a hockey player, I think. He's in the gym often. He do workouts. He's doing a lot of extra on the ice. So I think he's just doing the good thing to play pro hockey. But right now, like I said, he's having a good start.
And how is it going with Belzonen, or who's going to be a prospect for the NHL draft this year? Do you want to talk to us about also this other line mate?
Yeah, I mean, since he got in the league at like 15, 16 years old, he has been a pretty good player, and he's tall, he's 6'2". He's playing tough, but what I like about him, like I said about Lars, but it's Bill, I think he wants to be a good hockey player. He's always looking at his last game. How can he get better? Same thing for practice, and he's my good buddy since last year. We also practiced in the summer together, so trying to help him a little bit because I went through the draft year too, so
Mhm.
I can like teach him a little bit stuff. But I think right now, like I said, he's doing a good job.
Let's come back on you a little bit. How was your summer? Because the season is not that far. It's not. We're not at the middle of the season, so I'm still asking myself if you had a good summer last summer,
Yeah,
and
I
what
mean,
did you do?
summer was great. It came a little bit earlier than I expected. I expected to go a little bit further in the playoff. But like everyone, I took a little 2 weeks off and then went back to work. Like you know, I'm still a free agent, so I know my 20 years old would be a good year and a important one for me in the future. So I've been putting the word all summer, especially in the gym, gaining weight, and the same thing for on the ice, working on my shots, my speed. So I'm not a guy who go on vacation this summer. I did some stuff with my girlfriend a little bit, but other than that, I was just in the gym on the ice and getting better.
Did you had any chat with NHL teams, with scouts, since last year you were top scorer of the league? And how did you feel about entering the QMJHL history as the best scorer of the 23-24 season?
Yeah, it was great to finish on top of scoring, but at the end of the day, I wanted it to win a cup, and that didn't happen. So, for the draft, I was maybe looking for a late pick, but I guess I am invited, and I went in Carolina, and it went pretty good over there. But I think my agent have been talking to a little bit of team, but sometimes even if you do a lot of points, it's not enough. So that's why this year I'm trying to, be a little bit more all around player, working on my defensive game. I'm lucky right now. I have the confidence in my coaches, Steve Bartley, right now that I'm playing. I'm playing all the situation when we're down by 1 goal, when we're up by 1 goal, when we're 5-on-3, 3-on-5. So I think right now it's just working on my game and what can I do to get in the pro hockey next year.
Is it something that you want to maybe brush off your shoulders, since you still don't have a contract, and last year you were the best scorer of the league? Like, do you feel optimistic that you can get that contract till the end of the year, or maybe at the end of the year?
I mean, it's for sure a mindset, and it's always fun to, every year you see a lot of 20 years old that sign the NHL. I can think about Diot last year, and there's always good players in the queue that sign at 20, so it's good to see. But like I said, it's just what can I do to get better, and I think right now it's just focusing on myself. I'm not thinking about the future, but I'm focusing on my practices in the gym, and okay, can I be a better hockey player for next year?
Yeah, you since your rookie year, you've put a lot of weight, you've put a lot of muscle. Is it something you still work hard at? I mean, in the gym, gaining some weights, gaining some muscle on your body.
Yeah, I know you're seeing that because you saw me shirtless one day
Yeah,
in Gatineau.
yeah, I saw you shredded actually in the dressing room, and I was actually impressed that you would put so much more weight on your body and be lean and fit. And I mean, I guess it's a compliment since you're a hockey player.
Yeah, I mean, since I'm little, I always want to be a hockey player, and I think I'm just focusing on my diet a lot and everything I do in a daily basis, either sleep, nutrition, or also workouts. So, uh, going back to my 18 years with Gatineau, I was injured a lot, so I had to, time to work out. And then last year, I kept working out a lot, and same thing for this summer. So, I'm in pretty good shape right now. But like I said, it's what can I do this year to get better? Is keep going in the workout, even though sometimes we go in maritime and we do 50 hours of buses, and then we come back. We haven't trained for 2 weeks, so you have to work a little bit more. But I think right now I'm doing a pretty good job.
And there's another thing I want to talk about. Talk to me about your team, the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies. They are an intriguing team. You could say that you guys were going all in last year. This year, you still have a pretty good hockey team. How do you see the upcoming year with the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies?
Yeah, I mean, last year when we finished the season, we all had the exit meetings, and I remember Steve Hartley all said to all the vets that next year we're gonna be good. And sometime I was not sure because we lost a lot of players, but came back at camp, saw the potential in our team, and then first since the first weekend, I think we only lost one game by more than one goal. So in every game we can win. We're it's a weird thing. We're pretty young, but at the same time we have a good core vet. I think we have one of the best trio of 20 in the league with Carr and Higgin. So that very well plus. And you look at our lineup, and we have three or four pretty good line up front. We have almost 5-6 D that can play. Two good goalies. So I think we're in a season that I think expectation were pretty low, but I think right now we're higher than the expectation. So it's just a mindset, and we're trying to bring back the old culture. I remember when I was playing with the Olympic, and you were coming to play in the small rink in Rouyn. It was always tough, and I think right now it's just the vets showing the young group what is the culture and what is the Huskies game. So yeah.
And how does it feel being that older guy? That, you're now the veteran of the team and trying to teach the young kids. How do you like that role?
I feel old, and I feel like it's been a
You're not
long
that
time.
old.
It's been 5 years I'm in the league, but I feel like it's been only 2 years. So when I look at this, I feel old, but at the same time, I went through it. When I came in Gatineau, we had some good vets, and I'm just trying to do the same thing, be a good leader for the rookies. And like I said, we're trying to build a culture for the next few years in the line. And with our core of vets, we're doing a good job with that.
At the beginning of the interview, you talked about your teammate and line mates, actually Steiner and Zonin. But is there any other player, maybe an unsung hero, a guy that is overseas and no one is talked about? Maybe a player that impressed you that maybe we should know playing for the Huskies?
I mean, right now I think Ty Hagan is leading the D for points, and he had a camp in Pittsburgh 2 years ago, I think. But he's a pretty good player that can score. I think he has one of the best shot in the league. I think that's the reason why he has, I'm not sure, 8 or 9 goal right now as a D after only 17 game. I think our captain Alex Carr, every time he's on the ice, when you play against him, you have to keep your heads up because he's coming for you. And maybe one more, Benjamin Brunel. Sometimes you look at stats, but I think when you look at Benjamin, you don't have to look at stats. You just have to play. You just have to look at his overall game. The way he's playing good defensively. He's 6'4", I think, 200 pounds, so he's tough to play against, and that's why he had the two camp this year with Vancouver and Denver. So.
In the last couple of years, you showed us how a passionate hockey fan you are. Do you still have time to watch hotter hockey? Like, do you still find the time to watch NHL hockey, even though you're traveling a lot and playing a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I have my fantasy on ESPN with my friend back home that keep me tracking all the stats. Sometime I want a player to block more shots for my fantasy, but yeah, I think like you said, I'm passionate about the game, and every night I always watch 2 or 3 games. Same thing with the CHL app. I have access to the OHL, WHL, QMJHL, so I watch a lot of games, and that's what I like to do.
Wait. Did you see that you watch 2, 3 games per night, like every night? Is that what you said?
I mean, pretty much every night. I have a MacBook on my phone and on the TV, so I have 3 screens, so I'm using them.
All right. Then let's talk a little bit about your fantasy. Who was your first? Was it like a keeper or was it like an annual draft?
No, it's an annual.
Okay. So who was your first pick that this year?
I think I got fifth overall, and I got Kucherov, so it was a pretty good pick for fifth overall.
Yeah, he has a good start of the season. I also had Kucherov in my pool, and I was third overall. So I guess it's a good pick for
Oh,
you, having a fifth. Did you pick Tristan Luneau?
not yet, but I might pick him. I think he was. I'm not sure he was not playing recently, but there's one of my body that picked up Lamoureux because he's one. It's a group that Lamoureux is including in the thing. So we talked to him a lot. But I might have to pick Luno soon.
Yes, talk to me about seeing a friend, a former teammate. I mean, obviously he was sent down lately, but he started the year in the NHL, and last year same thing. How is it for you to see like I imagine a close friend and actually a former teammate playing in the NHL?
Yeah, I mean it's weird a little bit because I've been playing with Luno. Same thing for Savoie, Warren that play in the A. Same thing for Lamoureux that play in the show right now. So it's good to I talk to them often. They show me what it's like to win 100K every month as an NHL player.
did they did they send you the picture of the check? Is that what they did?
Not yet. They just told me how much it was. So it looked fun, but also the fact that they're playing with Clayton Keller for Lamoureux, but same thing for Tristan Luneau. He's playing with a lot of good players, Zegras. So it's fun for them, but I think it's a motivation for me that I see them where they are, and I want to be there in the next few years.
Yeah, is it a motivation for you, like knowing that last year you were going around Lamoureux, and I guess you passed him a lot of time and maybe scored when he was on the ice, or I don't know. Does it give you confidence knowing that maybe last year and you played against him, and this year he's in the NHL?
Yeah, I did score on Lamoureux actually last year, so I'm not sure if he's gonna be pissed if I'm saying that. But I
Do you
scored.
remember the goal? Do you remember the goal?
Yeah, it was a tap in that Bourage gave me in Drummondville, but we
Okay.
won that game like 4-2. But me and Amoureux were always chirping because same thing for Warren when we were playing in the playoffs. So yeah, it's for sure motivation, and it's I know for my group of age, I've been playing with them. There's a lot of good player, but I've been playing with them since I'm young, so I know I could be there. But sometimes it's good also to play at 20 in the league. You saw a good example last year, Alexis Gendron that went in the A but didn't play a lot. and then came back, had a good season, and he's now playing good in the AHL. So playing as a 20 is just a good thing for me. And like I said, I'm just working on my game and what can I do to play in the pro next year.
Yeah, well, we for sure wish you the best, Antonin. If you guys were listening in English and waiting for the upcoming French interview, it's going to be in about 5 minutes or so, and we'll meet up on the YouTube channel for the French interview. Meanwhile, Antonin, I'll say thank you very much for your time here in English, and hopefully you can maybe get that contract and put a lot of points on the board also. Maybe who knows, maybe you're going to win back to back top scorer of the league. That would be a great accomplishment, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Alex.